Welcome everybody to another issue of European Rotors, the digital series. Our sub-brand is the VTOL Show and Safety Conference. We want to be a platform of exchanging of news, latest developments in the VTOL branch, a real Rotorcraft show, but also offer a huge educational program and promoting safety in aviation. This is why European Rotors is jointly organized by the European Helicopter Association and the European Union Agency for Aviation Safety, EASA. So today we speak with them about the status of the conferences, briefings, and workshops provided or supported by EASA. Therefore, I'm having the pleasure not only to welcome just one guest today, but a whole team of EASA professionals. Welcome, guys, and may you shortly introduce yourself, although it's not necessary.
Hello, everybody. I'm David Solar from EASA, and I'm the head of the Rotorcraft and VTOL, as well as the General Aviation Department within EASA.
Hi, good morning. My name is Clément Audard. I am Senior Safety Assessment Expert in EASA in certification, and I'm also coordinator of the Rotorcraft Safety Roadmap.
Hi, and my name's John Franklin, and I'm Head of Safety Promotion here at EASA.
Welcome again, everybody. Great pleasure to have you with us. Starting with David, I mean, you have been the face of European Rotors for EASA from the very beginning. You were part of the launching press conference in Cologne. You traveled with us to US, and you were also part of the first digital series interview, which we had to do once we had to postpone the first live edition. So could you just bring us all back on, remind us on the origin of the event and why you had decided as an agency to participate in European Rotors?
Yes, Frank, indeed. We have decided to co-organize this event with EHA. A bit of history, maybe. EASA was organizing since a while, at least more than 13 years, the Rotorcraft Symposium, which became very recently, due to technology change, the Rotorcraft and VTOL Symposium. And last year it was supposed to be within European Rotor. Unfortunately, we had to go fully virtual, and we had more than 1,600 registered participants attending it, which is quite a significant success. And we reached the point last year and the year before where we wanted to reach more people, a wider audience, not only engineering side, but also pilot, mechanics, operators directly, so that we could really have a 360-degree view on the safety and exchanges. At the same time, EHA was also at a point they were willing to move forward and reach also another scale within their event. So we jointly sat together and decided that instead of having several scattered events all across Europe, one big event joining forces would make a lot of sense for everybody. Not only it was converging towards our willingness to get wider audience, but also a willingness from the industry to get streamlined and a unique event within Europe where we can have all stakeholders and a very efficient use of all resources. Lastly, also, it's a good timing because aviation is changing and it's changing fast, and especially the Rotorcraft and VTOL world where we see a lot of new entrants. And we were seeing that it's the perfect opportunity to blend all these communities together around vertical takeoff and landing flights characteristics, where we could share, exchange, and move forward towards a bright future.
Thanks, David. Yeah, that absolutely matches our view on that, having one unified event in Europe, combining everything. And on the behalf of our team, just many thanks again for all the contribution you are bringing in, the ideas, the proposals, and the concrete projects you are offering to be done during European Rotors. The flagship here, of course, is the EASA Rotorcraft and VTOL Symposium. Clément, I mean, we are all anxiously awaiting what will be on this year and how it's going to be happen. I mean, we recall you had to do also the Rotorcraft Symposium in 2020, only in the internet, but with a lot of viewers. So what's on this year? Will it be only in the internet? Will it be virtual? Will it be live in Köln?
Yes, indeed, Frank. We are coming this year with a totally new concept. So we tried last year the fully digital version. We had before, and for more than 10 years, a fully physical conference. And for this year, we have hybrid combinations. So we are planning to record a number of technical presentations before the event and make them available on a dedicated website that will be open in October. And this will be combined with a classical physical part of the conference during European Rotor. So we are all excited to try this new concept with some digital interactions and a combination between digital and physical conference. The pre-recording will be really technical presentation delivered by EASA experts on the latest developments on their activity, mainly on the acceptable means of compliance for new VTOL product, but also we'll look at high conspicuity use space regulation, virtual reality simulation used for pilot training, and a lot of different subjects that are of interest for our community. Then moving to the symposium itself. So kickoff starts on the 16th November at 2 o'clock in the main room of the conference center of Köln-Messe. We invite you all to join us. We are planning 3 sessions, so the 16 afternoon, then 17 morning and 17 afternoon, with a large combination of subjects covering hybrid and electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, but also the more classical helicopter operation. Everything is on safety, and you will have the chance to listen to the latest development from the research and from the regulator and the industry. First session, after the opening by Patrick Key, the Executive Director of EASA, we have an overview of the progress of the Rotorcraft safety roadmap, the different actions and the implementations, and keynote speech from the European Helicopter Associations and the main manufacturers that will come and travel to Cologne to present their latest developments. For those of you not able to travel to Cologne at this time, the conference will be video recorded and made available on the EASA website a few days after the event. So looking forward to it and looking forward to see you there.
Absolutely. Thanks for this inside view already, Clément. Fantastic that you're using the both platforms which we are offering, means the virtual event platform and of course the biggest ballroom at Köln-Messe, the Konrad Adenauer ballroom. Yeah, it will be a magnet for the show. We were already talking about new ways on channels of communicating to the VTOL scene and how European Rotors shall be a key element here to inform about the different safety initiatives. John, I mean, I recall when I had the pleasure to introduce you to one of, in my role as a moderator for an EHA-EASA session, you told me, Frank, I will do it a little bit differently. I will not start at the stage, but walk in the room from the backside to surprise everybody. So also today you are surprising us because you are somewhere else, actually on the roof, as I realized, of EASA. So you're on top already. Can you tell us a little bit, what are your plans? Of course, no spoiler for European Rotors and what you will do.
Yeah, thanks, Frank. And as you say, we like to do things as differently as possible. And it's actually quite interesting because I can actually see the Köln-Messe here from where I'm sat on the roof of EASA. So it's kind of exciting to think it's not far away and we're all going to be there having this great show. And we've got some really exciting things in preparation with all our different safety partners on safety promotion. So we've got a video on landing on uncertified landing strips and landing sites that we're developing with our partners at Safety for Flight. We're also working with Claude Vouchard and the team at VR Motion on a video on VFR to IMC, and both of those will have ready to launch at European Rotors. Some of you, the audience hopefully have seen already the videos that we've been doing with the inspirational young helicopter pilot Mona Seeberger, and we've got some more videos in development with her, but she'll be joining us live at European Rotors throughout the event to do different bits on social media and other things, really just to try and kind of bring the show alive from a helicopter pilot's perspective with us. At the heart of the work that we've been doing on safety and promotion through our Together for Safety activity and working in partnership through the European Safety Promotion Network, Rotorcraft, and all our different safety partners, we've really been trying to build a community having positive conversations on safety, whether that's through the EASA Rotorcraft community and also now through our LinkedIn groups that we have for ESPNR and on hoists as well, and then obviously through European Rotors as the event and continually through the European Rotors platforms as well. We've got lots of other exciting things coming, particularly and actually things that have been delivered and developed over the last few months. Some major collaborations with Airbus helicopters, particularly on bird strikes and that area, but on other topics. Also with Leonardo, and then we also have continually developing global collaborations with the Vertical Aviation Safety Team, the VAST. So yeah, there's lots of exciting things and hopefully lots of very different things that will get people's attention and get people excited.
Plenty of stuff really going on. Thanks, John. And I'm particularly curious to meet a real YouTube star there. And I'm not talking about Claude, but Mona Seeberger. Will be a pleasure to see how we increase also to have more followers for this format here, our digital series. But there will not only things happening in the hall, but we have briefings also provided by EASA in conference rooms. Is that right, Clément? And can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Yes, the agency will offer for European Rotor 3 half-day briefings on technical subjects. So it's really subject we believe there is a need to communicate, and they are quite interesting for the community. And it was not possible to deliver this level of content in 20 minutes. So we have booked rooms for half a day to go into the details of 3 subjects. The first one is how to certify an eVTOL, which is quite interesting subject. You will have the agency presenting the special condition for vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, but all the rationale and all the logic that was used to develop this new regulatory structure with a basic and enhanced category of VTOL to support urban air mobility. And during 3 hours, you will have also the opportunity to go down to the different means of compliance to go toward a certification. Next subject that was selected is icing certification for Rotorcraft, which is quite specific and technical, but in 3 hours, you will have an overview of all the different means and methods to get your Rotorcraft certified for icing. And the third one is a comprehensive presentation and overview of the OPS rules for helicopters and the combinations between the different rules and regulation from an operator perspective.
Thanks, Clément. Again, more reasons to come to Cologne. You can already, dear followers, register over our homepage for these courses. They are all free of charge, but we work it out as a first come, first serve principle. So just check them out. Please send us an email inquiry that you want to be part of that and use this opportunity. We have not only the EASA briefings, but we have also other trainings, even some paid courses, some by Claude Wichard, others offered by Copter Safety. We have Andy Evans doing a training course. Simply take all the opportunity, the 3 days, and fully book everything that you make the best out of these 3 days. Hands-on, maybe also coming back to you, John. Is there something happening in the hall with the support of EASA where people can have a real practical live session on some things?
Yes, yeah. With the our ESPNR group, one of the most active communities we have in that group is our hoist safety team, and there's a great collaboration across the industry led by the team at Airbus Helicopters and lots of other involvement. So we're going to start with a bit of a general presentation in the hall and talk a little bit about the work of ESPNR and particularly the hoist group and the activities that it's been doing. There was a recent HHO symposium in Baden-Baden that was really interesting, and particularly talking about the different applications of hoist operations across all the different types of operations. And then, as you say, we've got a display on a real helicopter at the European Rotors Show. We have this unique opportunity to simulate hoist mission sequences, from pre-flight briefing, preparing the equipment, departure, takeoff, right through then all the different hoist cycles and hoist operations, right through to debriefs and talking about the CRM challenges of hoist operations. So we're going to cover all of that. There's demonstrations of different rescue equipment provided by Leonardo and the German route and rescue team. We've got simulated emergency and malfunction procedures, and all sorts of activities like that. And then there's also some maintenance simulations on the hoist and the cable and the hook, so people can really get hands-on and with some real experts across the industry and really understand at first hand, what best practices there are and all the great things we've been developing and learning with the ESPNR hoist group.
Thanks, John. Yeah, another good thing we're going to do over the show. I mean, plenty of reasons now, a million of reasons already from my point of view to come to Cologne from the 16th to the 18th November. And first and foremost, register, please. Create an account that you get all the information about the news you want to follow on. Is it ESPNR hoist? Is it aerial work? Is it HEMS? Is it police aviation? Just register, create your account. David, I mean, we have seen that you and your team are really preparing an incredible amount of activities for European Rotors after 1.5 years of computer-only meetings, more or less. How can you all convince us finally to buy a ticket and come to Cologne this year?
Well, Frank, you've seen indeed, and you've touched base a bit on the work that is put behind all these events from EASA side, but also from the entire community. And I'm convinced that we are better only all together within our diversity of activities, function, backgrounds, and that learning from each other is a key. As you said, we are now experiencing since 1.5 years only or mostly virtual meeting conferences and stuff like that. And I think we've reached a point where we are clearly seeing the limits of this kind of technology, and that where we desperately need to engage face-to-face. This is a perfect timing. European Rotors and the EASA Rotorcraft and VTOL Symposium set up 16th to 18th of November will be really the place to be, to exchange, to also enable mutual understanding in a very dynamic environment where we definitely need to move forward. This is a very new area which is opening for the vertical takeoff and landing community. Plenty of new technologies, plenty of new kind of operations are on the horizons. If we are not exchanging face-to-face live, it's going to be very difficult to converge and reach a point where we can decide which way forward for the global industry would be needed. So I really think being there will be a key for all stakeholders around the place. And this edition number 1, finally, will be the first of a very successful series of events of this nature that will be organized hopefully on a yearly basis. This is paving history, so don't miss the point. Be there and join us at the European Rotors and the EASA Rotorcraft and VTOL Symposium.
Many thanks, David. Yeah, couldn't more than agree. We're gonna prepare a safe event for everybody, that's no doubt. And if you have any problems finally, or if there is something going on latest on travel restrictions, of course, each ticket will be reimbursed. So there is no risk for each visitor. Simply create the account, book your ticket now. David, Clément, John, it was a real pleasure. Thank you so much for your contribution again. Thanks for this inside view on the huge EASA program to happen over European Rotors. And yeah, I want to see you again physically. That's really the message of today. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and see you in Cologne. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Bye-bye.